Good morning. Thank you for being with us today, and we're going to start out before worship, and we're going to have another Pew Packers, so join right in with us. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in God. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in God. Oh yeah. Do we go a little faster? I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in God. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in God. Oh yeah. A little faster? I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in God. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in God. Oh yeah. One more. Let's try it. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in God. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in God. Oh yeah. Good job, guys. Roll the gospel chariot along. Roll the gospel chariot along. Roll the gospel chariot along, and don't tag along behind. And if a sinner's in the way, we will stop and pick them up. If a sinner's in the way, we will stop and pick them up. If a sinner's in the way, we will stop and pick them up. And don't tag along behind. If the devil's in the way, we will run right over him. If the devil's in the way, we will run right over him. If the devil's in the way, we will run right over him. And don't tag along behind. Jesus called them one by one, Peter, Andrew, James, and John. Next came Philip, Thomas too, Matthew and Bartholomew, James the one they called the less, Simon also Thaddeus, the 12th apostle Judas made. Jesus was by him betrayed. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them, and they all followed him. Now it's time for our story, so let's go ahead and pay attention and hear what story we've got today.
Good morning. Our story this morning is Samson and Delilah. You can find this story in Judges chapter 13 through chapter 16. This is the story from the Bible of a man that God gave the power to be very, very strong. An angel told Manoah and his wife that they would have a baby boy. He must never cut his hair to show that he was promised to God, and he would be strong and he would save his people from their enemies. They named their son Samson. One day when he was older, he was walking along, minding his own business, when a wild lion jumped out and attacked him. But he was so strong that he picked it up and killed it with his own bare hands. Samson's enemies wanted to know what made Samson so strong so that they could get rid of him. They sent a beautiful woman named Delilah to find out, and Samson fell in love with her. She kept asking him to tell her over and over what made him strong, but he did not want to tell her. Finally, he told her that he had never cut his hair because he was promised to God when he was born. While Samson slept one night, Delilah cut all of Samson's hair off, so his promise to God was broken. He had been tricked by this beautiful woman. Now his enemies could catch him very easily. They put him in prison to work like a slave. They hurt him and he went blind. He was very sorry that he had broken his promise to God, but soon his hair began to grow back. Samson, now being blind, prayed to God and asked him to give him strength one more time. He put his hands on the 2 stone pillars, and the temple of idols fell down, and all of his people's enemies died. So this is a great story that we can learn from, that we need to trust God and keep the promises that we make to him, because bad things can happen. God promises us things as long as we hold up our end of the deal. So we need to be careful, and we need to follow what God has said and do what we have told God that we will do. Thank you so much for joining us this week, and I look forward to another one next week.
Wasn't that a great story, guys? Just gotta love all these stories that we can find from the Bible. When I'm making these, I have a hard time picking which one to use because there's so many that I can use. So I hope you guys are enjoying it, and we'll have another one next week. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Thank you so much for being with us.